Now, if you're following UFO stories online, then there was a story about 1 month ago that was basically unmissable. And that's the story of the so-called Horseshoe UFO. What happened was that the Canadian military shot down an unknown object over the Yukon territory in early 2023. And then a month ago, they released an image, a photo of that object that sparked all kinds of rumors. This is the image. This is the official unclassified image by the Department of National Defense. And as you can imagine, the internet went wild, right? From speculations of it being the Millennium Falcon or the Prometheus alien horseshoe-shaped alien ship and all that, to people saying, well, it looks just like the Baltic Sea anomaly, right? It's got to be the same. And people are connecting all these dots left and right that just don't make any sense, especially considering that the military basically immediately gave an explanation of what was going on here. I'll link this article down in the description as well, so you can read up on it yourself if you're interested. But this is basically some kind of high-ranking military official called Rocky Swanson, is a retired RCAF warrant officer. And he said that in the beginning, the military officers involved had difficulties tracking this object and understanding what it is. But then once they got close, they could very clearly see that it was a balloon, similar to the Chinese spy craft shot down days before this same encounter. So you remember the big Chinese spy balloon story that happened over South Carolina around the same time. So it was just another balloon. And in case you're wondering how this shape could link to a spy balloon, how does that make sense? There's a few images out there that explain it quite well. Like, for example, here's one that shows this big balloon. This is not this specific balloon. We only have this one image as I showed you guys, but this is, I guess, an image of the other spy balloon that they shot down. And you can see it has like this suspension with these solar panels underneath. And it is basically what we see in this horseshoe image on the right-hand side. It is like the object hanging underneath the balloon, these solar panels protruding into the balloon. And if you look at it straight from underneath up into the sky, it gives the illusion of it being horseshoe-shaped, right? When actually it is just a white balloon that reflects the sun and a darker object, this satellite-esque structure underneath protruding into it, giving this illusion. Now, obviously, the object that we see on the right-hand side here is not identical to what we see on the left, but it's very similar, and it kind of gives you an idea of how this illusion came to be. And again, the military confirmed this. This guy, Rocky Swanson, says, I've spoken to 3 different folks that were involved in that particular event, and their stories were all the same. Again, I'll link this article down in the description so you can go read up on it. So this event is basically debunked, right? It was instantly debunked. This story from the military was essentially released on the same day, more or less, as the image that we just looked at was released. So the whole speculation of it being, some kind of UFO or unexplainable object or the Baltic Sea anomaly, it's just complete nonsense, and these people didn't even put any effort in just Googling it. But because this object looks somewhat mysterious and looks like a horseshoe, it spawned a whole new wave of speculation. And that is posts like this one. And that's just one example. There are other posts on Twitter that say that the UFO shot down over the Yukon shows similarity to one filmed in Busan, South Korea in 2012. Oh my God. And so it begins, right? We couldn't attach mystery to the other object because it's pretty much explained. Let's go back to this film from 2012 that looks somewhat similar. So here's a stabilized version of that film. And look, it shows a kind of horseshoe-shaped object flying through the clouds at fast speed. And again, people coming out and they're like, it's just like what Kenneth Arnold described, right? These kind of boomerang kind of shaped objects flying, and people, again, they're like off running at 200 miles per hour, connecting dots that are really not there. So I looked into this footage because I was intrigued by it, because this is pretty good footage, especially in the beginning, right? You can see the object like swerving left and right, almost taking turns, spinning slightly to the left, spinning slightly to the right, as it protrudes through these clouds. So it's intriguing footage. But beyond this being intriguing, and in the light of all these jellyfish UFO we looked at recently, it just raises the question to me, like, why do aliens hate mass production? Right? Like, why does every single ship that we see look different? We get like discs, obviously, we get cigar shapes, we get spheres, we get tic tacs, we get jellyfish, now we get horseshoes. It's like, come on, man, like, can you not come up with like one shape that fits all? For some reason, every single alien ship has to look different from all the other ones. Hey, it's Editing Monkey from the near future. I've just found a comment that perfectly explains why all these UFOs look different, okay? And I don't want to withhold this hot information from you guys because it's very important and very legit. And it's been shared here on this Reddit thread by Jungle Pygmy. And he says, not saying this legit or anything. So it's always a great way to start your comment. But just as an example, that 4chan leaker said that there was a huge base in the Pacific Ocean that builds them to spec. Okay, so exactly whatever its mission is, it gets its own UFO. So it's possible their stuff is so advanced it just spits out a random looking craft for every specific purpose. Seems like what some next level AI would probably do. Anyway, so there you go. Okay, in case you were wondering what I wondered, there's the answer. Let's get on with the video. Now, with this being posted on Twitter, you read the comments, you get all kinds of people linking balloons and, C-shaped balloons. But again, like you look at the object, it's clearly flying through the clouds. So I was skeptical, right? I was like, no, it doesn't really make sense that it would be a balloon. Here's someone pointing out that Phil Schneider, with a link, talked about a horseshoe in one of his videos. And as I said, here's someone linking it to the Kenneth Arnold drawings from 1947. But when you actually dig deeper on this video, you find the original clip, which still exists on YouTube, okay? Here it is. This is the non-stabilized version, and it was uploaded 12 years ago by XXX Donuts XXX. Okay, that's the account name. Now, if you look into that name is kind of somewhat infamous in the field of UFOs, because if you look at their account, right, just look at this account and you will find so many UFO videos. Look, there are so many, all of them 11 years ago, 12 years ago. And look at this. I mean, it's just an insane amount of UFO footage. Loads of them getting very high view numbers, right? Not all of them, but some of them get like 165,000 views, 158,000 views. And when you then actually dig even deeper into this account, XXX Donuts XXX, you find out that this channel was created by two brothers that were based in Reutlingen in Germany. Now, I don't know what they're doing today, but I could find out that they're not only associated with this channel, they are in fact associated with several other channels. Like, for example, Crazy Breaking News, Secret Science TV, 8118C. I don't need to read all of them out to you guys, but all these channels have these incredible amounts of fake UFO footage on there. Here's another video, which ironically is titled UFO with Aliens, recorded in Reutlingen in Germany. Yes, so that's where these two guys are from. At least that's what I could find out throughout my research. And I mean, you just need to keep watching. Like, at some point this shoots up and it gets completely ridiculous. Already here the compositing is not great, right? The ship looks misplaced, the lighting looks off, it looks more blurry than the rest of the landscape. It looks like a cheap digital fake. And there it takes off. Jesus Christ. So it seems like that these two guys, and I don't know what they're doing now. I can only assume that they're probably in the field of special effects or something like that. I mean, again, this particular video is 10 years old. They produced that horseshoe video we looked at in the beginning 12 years ago, which is quite impressive, don't get me wrong. I don't know if it was a photo just showing the clouds and they augmented like the horseshoe object over it. I don't know how they achieved these effects, but all these videos, a lot of their videos, especially for that time 12 years ago, they're quite impressive, right? I'm not saying it's all, like from a visual special effects point of view, all garbage, right? Some of it is produced quite well, but it is clearly all fake. And reading up on it, it sounds like their idea was that they create all these UFO videos and then they kind of lease them out, right? So if someone wants to show their video on like some kind of news website or something, they would charge a fee for that, right? Like a licensing fee. And on top of that, this channel that they're associated with as well, 07 TV, basically looks like exactly like the other video as well. And it's just huge amounts of these fake UFO videos, right? All of them are fake, in my opinion. I haven't watched all of them, obviously, and this is a bit more recent. Like, one of these videos is like from 1 year ago. So they seem to, whoever manages this channel, still be more on top of this particular channel than on the other one, which the latest upload is like 10 or 11 years ago. But this is fascinating to me, right? That there are these two guys and they basically say, you know what? Let's kind of semi-professionally fake UFO videos, create a bunch of YouTube channels because that's free, get them out there, get these YouTube channels partnered, monetize the videos, get money that way, and then license the videos out, right? If someone wants to show them, some newspaper or whatever, we will charge them a licensing fee, right? It's almost like a business model where you then just, all you have to do is like sit back and spend another afternoon creating another fake UFO video, another fake UFO video. But if anything, if you're, somewhat convinced that UFOs might be real and there might be some truth to it, you should hate these kinds of guys, because all they do is dilute actual real videos. And by real, I mean, like the photo that came from the Canadian government that we looked at the very beginning. That is an unknown object, right? Then it turned out what it was, but at least that is authentic and that is real. And by creating all these hundreds, if not thousands of fakes that you can find on their channels, they're just diluting the water, and it's messy. It doesn't contribute to any process of finding some truth within this phenomenon, if there is any. But anyway, that's how it is. So that particular video, that by now somewhat infamous, famous Horseshoe UFO video that we're looking at here, the stabilized version, is fake. And it comes from these two guys that sit somewhere in Reutlingen in Germany and create UFO fakes somewhat professionally. And the results are good, but it's not helping the cause, okay? I thought I'll let you guys know. It's a fun story. And again, it kind of shows how easily stuff can be faked, right? Because especially the end of the second video that we watched, like I can see people sending this video to me and being like, bro, what could this possibly be, right? Look, it's not even moving. It's like, no, dude, it's just CGI. And I mean, this is 10 years old. You know what I mean? We just have to be a little bit more skeptical towards this kind of stuff. Just because we see some black disc or silvery disc flying through the sky, that is somewhat, oh, Jesus, I didn't even see this disappearing. What a disaster. But just because we see like a disc somewhere hovering in the sky, we can't immediately be like, yeah, it's got to be aliens. People have to wake up and understand that you can produce stuff like this, especially nowadays. 10, 12 years ago, it was somewhat impressive. To do it in 2024 is easy as pie if you know how that software works and how tracking works. So there you go, guys. This is how the allegedly unknown object that was shot down over Canada's Yukon territory in early 2023 links to two German brothers sitting in Germany and faking professional UFO videos. Leave your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. Do you actually, maybe you enjoy this kind of content, you don't have a problem with it, and you think, yeah, why not, man? Like, just create fun fake UFO videos. I love to look at this stuff. It is ultimately just a showcase of their skill. Or do you strongly disagree and think that this kind of content basically shouldn't exist? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe for more, and I hope to see you on our Discord, okay? The link to that is in the description. It's free. I'm hanging out there. Many other people are as well. It would be fun to see you over there. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Bye.